us a call right now. Here's my number, 320-729-9977. That's 320-729-9977. Two lines again, it's not open. At 320-729-9977. Two lines again, it's not open. If you want to get on a legal show, get your question answered between now and 6 o'clock tonight. Let's go to the law firm and let's see if the Kingmaker is there. The founder of the firm, namesake of the firm. Let me see the Kingmaker, the founder of the firm, namesake.
Oh, for the love of God.
As skipper, captain, because of his boating experience.
Because of his dinghy.
With the USS David. Is David Beatrice with us?
I am present.
You can only get that money.
Oh, you don't know if he's accounted for.
He says my microphone is not on. Says it's very echoey.
Well, what about now?
I have the mic
Move,
on.
move it up a little
Move it
closer.
up, just move it. You gotta have it real far up. There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Hmm.
It's almost like you're coming through somebody else's money.
Do you want my mic and then I can scoot down? Here.
But it's
My
working.
Wait a second.
mic is crystal clear.
Is that mic on?
Yeah, it's for.
No, that mic's not on.
Yes, it is.
I just heard it through my.
It is. It's on.
I hear it through my.
I see it.
Here. Speak.
Leah.
How's this? Is this better, Ron?
Oh, that's crystal.
But it's not coming through the headphones.
Good. How are you? Can you move that a little down a little bit so I'm not leaning over? You know, our producer, it's always a problem with the production state.
Maybe the battery's out.
What?
Check.
Well, thank you, Ron.
Not
And it's a
coming
very
out.
depressing weekend for me.
Mark, I can hear you.
Tomorrow's depressing and the weekend's depressing.
Oh no, why?
Well, I turn double digits tomorrow. I mean, same digits tomorrow.
Oh, I was like double digits. That's long past. Love you, but no.
Double digits tomorrow. What do you mean? It's your birthday tomorrow?
Yes.
So you're an October 10th baby.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think for a second here. You're going to be turning, bear with me for a minute. You're going to be turning 66.
You got it. Wow.
6 years old.
Yeah. And further depression. I go up to my boat to shut it down because it's getting pulled out.
Hmm.
Yes. It's not going to be a good weekend. Working. Yeah. Well, thank you, Ron. I'm knocking on wood. Yeah. My dad died relatively young. He was 73. He had
Wow.
developed brain cancer at 71. And then the last 2 years of his life, it was rough. We took him to Pittsburgh Presbyterian Hospital. Now we're talking back in 1999 because my dad was born in 1924. So he'd have been 101 years old this past June.
Oh wow.
And in 99, they had this new treatment for brain cancer called gamma knife radiation. So we gave him the gamma knife and it kept coming back because it was, what do they call it? Metastasizing from somewhere. And we did the full body, the PET scans, everything, couldn't find it. Finally, we found a speck on his lung that it was coming from.
Oh wow.
They had to go in and take out half his lung. Then I whole brain radiated, and he just didn't want it. He was like done.
That's sad.
Yeah,
That's a
he-
hard road
Yeah.
to go down.
Yeah, it was the
I'm so
last 2
sorry.
years of his life was just not a pleasant experience for him, and then especially the last 2 months,
I remember your dad.
of his life. But I have no regrets because my father lived a very full life. He was old school, right?
Well, he created this.
Mhm.
Yeah, he and my uncle.
Yeah.
This and God, I can't believe 2029. We will be celebrating 100 years because that's when my uncle Peter
Wow.
opened up the first Beatrice law firm in 1929.
Wow.
So we're going to be
That
doing
is-
something. Leo and I are going to work on something for 100 years.
Oh,
That's
we got to
really
blow it
cool.
Oh,
out.
yeah, it'll
Yeah.
be fun.
That's really cool, Dave.
Yeah, I know. Get the house band. We'll get them. Our
We'll give you a
DNA.
big discount.
Yeah.
Ooh. So nice of you. Yeah.
Where's Frank and Jimmy?
Jimmy can't.
What?
Frank was supposed to come down.
They're upstairs.
Jimmy had something to do. He was going to pick up his kid.
Hi, Ron. I'm here. Thank you. President accounted for. Looking forward to another good show.
And the Taliban is here.
Yeah.
You know, we have a nickname. We have a nickname, Mark and I, since we work on a lot of cases together. When we finish a case, our nickname is Tally Mark. We tally marked the case. We got it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has a ring to it.
Tally, how has your experience been since you joined the firm? I mean, you're going to court, you're enjoying your time so far at Beaver stuff.
I mean, yeah, I've been an attorney for almost 10 years, but I am enjoying the fast pace of the environment here. I like all the different cases I get to work on, and I'm learning a heck of a lot from
And Ron,
Mark and Frank.
I have to add that she has, first of all, she got thrown into the deep end of the pool. She hit the ground running, and she is definitely a wonderful addition to this firm.
You're so
A
nice.
wonderful addition.
Thanks, Mark.
Absolutely. It was a good hire by David.
Good
Well,
job,
I
Dave.
met her in. I was against her in court. Yeah.
As I do. But anyways, I'm enjoying it. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Yeah.
I call her Taliban. That's how I remember her name.
That's how he calls me every morning.
Taliban.
Taliban. Good morning.
Orengia. For some reason, they always make fun of me here. Brian and
I don't know
And
what you're talking about.
Brian and Frank are bullies. No, Brian and Frank.
There's some truth to that,
No,
Ron. There is.
Brian and Frank are bullies. Okay, because they were both very athletic. I was not allowed to play football
Why weren't you allowed?
because my mom thought I would hurt myself.
Yeah, my son is not allowed. Not sons. I only have one.
So that puts a psychological damage on you. And then I went to Cardinal Mooney, and since I didn't play sports, and I went to Cardinal Mooney, and I was a thespian, I may have been made fun of a little bit.
What's a thespian?
An actor.
Okay, which one? No, you did not.
Yeah, back
He
in
was Dolly.
1977.
I did theater too. I also, Mark, I sang too. I was. In
I wanted to
audition
be.
group.
I wanted to be an actor, and
I'm not surprised by that at all.
my dad said nope. And then I was going to be a police officer.
No sports, no acting, no police officing.
So then I went to school, and I wasn't a good student in high school.
Oh, really?
That's surprising.
Not
Yeah, I'm
at
surprised
all.
too.
I was sort of the class clown, and
Oh, that's not surprising.
That's
I got picked on. Like the athletes picked on me, like Brian and Frank do here. So I didn't have the best. Well, this has left a psychological scar
department.
on me. It's Sears. I had to go into the Husky department. I was a little chubby, so she
Yeah.
would take me into the Husky
I
department.
thought that was like the big and tall. I didn't know there was
No.
something
No,
called
the-
the Husky
the-
department.
Back in the
he used to
day-
get granimals, and he would have to get the hippos or what.
Oh my god!
Sears.
I remember Sears.
Yes, it was. I was a little chubby.
You're kind of breaking my heart.
My brother used to call me Blubber and Fat Man, and so
My heart is breaking right
no,
now.
that's all right. I'm tough now. It toughened me up.
Yeah.
And I was sort of a class clown. Didn't take school seriously. you know, when they gave out those standardized tests, I was lazy. I just go through and make patterns with the things.
Oh my
So I
gosh.
remember my high school guidance counselor. So, we were all like coming in and out, and I was in all the slow things, and I didn't have good grades. And she says, "So what do you want to be?" And I, being the clown I was, I said, "Well, I'm going to be a lawyer." And she goes, "Well, maybe, this isn't something for you." And I remember when I got my card, my business card, I stopped by Cardinal Mooney High School.
Did you give it to her?
I did. She was still there.
I love
Wow.
that. I love
gave it to
that.
her.
And did she?
No, I
Was
mean,
she
she kind of,
surprised?
it kind of gave me a kick in the ass. I was in my
It's
senior
your
year.
job.
I was my senior year, and it was basically someone saying to me, "Are you serious? Like you're nothing." That's how I felt.
Yeah.
That's how it came across to me. And then I remember going to YSU because basically it was the only school that would accept me. Once again, didn't do too good on those standardized tests. And I took school very serious. And then I graduated with honors from YSU.
Mhm.
Graduated in the top 10% of my class at
Look at you.
law school, and never looked back.
Just goes to show you it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Yeah. And so I always want to tell young people out there, you can always change your course in life.
You can.
And the victor does not go to the smartest. It does not go to the quickest. It goes to the most driven.
I agree.
Give me a person who is driven over a person who is naturally smart. I will take the driven person,
The grinder.
the
Yep.
grinder,
Yep.
every day.
Yeah.
Because
I
in
concur.
our business, we are
You
in
grind.
you grind, and you're in a service business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, people don't realize that lawyers, we're in a service business. We're like waiters and waitresses. I mean, people want their phone calls returned. They want answers to questions.
Right.
And you got to do that to get a good reputation. And so we try to pride ourselves on that.
Mhm.
So that's my big story, Ron.
That's a good story.
The beautiful part about this story, Mark, is leading up. When he went back to Carnegie and that counsel was still there now, he's an attorney, he gave her his business card and it said attorney at law, Blubber Bees.
Poor guy.
My whole life, Brian and I are second cousins. Okay. So Brian was very athletic, even though he's just little. Okay?
Yeah.
Even now, Brian, he could literally model for a men's magazine. He's got a 6-pack. I hate him. And
But you
his
love
whole
him.
life, Brian, since I'm 10 years
Brian's very driven.
He
Brian
is.
is very
old.
driven.
He's also
But he's
psychotic.
also no. But
Yeah,
he's
but
also
he's
naturally
driven. He's
smart, I think.
driven.
I
and
think
he
he's
has
naturally
OCD
smart.
really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, does he?
Oh,
I think he uses that to his advantage, though.
he does. Anyways, he was playing football because he was the son of the iconic John Kopp. And I remember being 17 years old and him being 7 years old. And he was playing for the St. Christine Crusaders. And he got hurt. I remember carrying him in my arms
Aw.
and taking him to
The blubber
literally.
came into use.
Yeah, the blubber came into use.
Yeah. So you're
And-
welcome for the blubber.
And then I put him right in
Marsupial.
a pouch. Yeah. And so that's how far we go back. But he teases me now. He makes fun of my clothing. Him and Frank, I walk in the office. No one gets examined more in this office than me by both Frank
It's true.
Okay, you know
and
what?
Brian.
I have an offer to you.
Go ahead.
Okay. I am a self-obsessed shopper. I will take you shopping and you will come in with the nice, spiffiest suits.
I do it, but Brian reads GQ and all this stuff, and he goes on and he goes, you got to wear the high waist pants. I go, Brian, I don't have the body to wear.
Everyone has the
high-waist
body.
pants.
Everyone has the body. You're
He
wrong.
goes, you have belts on now. Belts are out. I go, I'm not getting pants without a belt on. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, gotcha.
Belts are still in.
All right. Do we have any calls, Ron, so we could quit talking about me and Fat Man and Blubber?
I think you should let her take you shopping.
I think so too.
No, I hired Frank, turned me on to this person that came in
I'm
and
better.
measured suits and did everything and got me a suit. And then Brian made fun of that one. No matter what I do, they're going to make fun of me.
Not if I take you shopping.
No, they listen, no matter what. I let Brian take me shopping. And then he goes, you didn't put the right shirt with the right pants. He's psychotic, number one. And Brian, his whole life, I'm not kidding you. He then went on to play at Boardman and he played in a state championship game. And here's a bit of trivia that only I know in the world. Brian is the only human that had his nose broken by one Heisman Trophy winner and some 20 years later wound up representing another Heisman Trophy winner in the NFL draft. Okay.
It's a nice little bit of
But
information.
Brian, his whole life, has had problem putting on weight. And he makes fun of me with that too. You know, he'll go, hey, you know, I had 5 hamburgers and a milkshake. I lost a pound. I go, I gained a pound. You just telling me that. He goes, you know, I'm trying to get down to like, you know, Frank has 4% body fat.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. 4 or 6% body fat. Yeah. You ought to see Frank and Brian. Don't go. I don't go in a locker room with them because I'm completely humiliated. I go, oh my God, 6-pack, keg.
We love you, Dave. We love you.
6-pack, 8-pack keg. Okay. Brian has like 10% body fat. He goes, you know, I'm trying to get down to 7%. I go, Brian, shut up. And he eats anything he wants, anytime he wants to eat it. It's sickening.
I think I've only seen him eat like a few times, and it was
He
chips
eats
and
a few
soup.
times every
Or salad.
3 hours.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. All right, Ron, let's have any calls. That's enough with the funny stuff now. Let's take the calls. Fat man, too.
Oh my gosh.
My brother used to
Right.
go BLUBBER. That's how we spell blubber.
Was he a cheerleader too? 'Cause that
No, he
sounds like
just
a cheer.
tortured me. He would torture me. He's another person in my life who could never put on weight in his life. He'd be
That's how I
sitting
was
there
growing up.
eating. My mother'd be giving him like French fries and hamburgers.
Pasta.
Yeah, and I'd look over and I'd have a chicken breast and vegetables. My
Aww.
whole life.
You're literally breaking my heart. But I do agree with your mom about not playing football. CTE, you know, all the things. But anyways,
I think that's what Brian and Frank both have, a CTE. There's no doubt in my mind.
I did the NFL concussion lawsuit. It's a real thing.
Really?
You didn't know that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anything else you want to talk about?
Do we have any callers? Yeah.
Many more to come, and I hope you stay healthy, live a good long life. You can enjoy your life. Don't let those guys intimidate you with their 6 packs or your body fat and that kind of stuff. Just live your life to its fullest.
Well, thank you, Ron.
All right, you're on the air with Attorney Lisa Talley and, of course, hello.
Need your time to wait to talk to you for a while. It's about a wrongful death.
Okay.
Right.
In the factory, my second cousin's son, or it's my second cousin, 43 years old. He attempted to work on a improperly locked out machine, and he got electrocuted. And they pronounced him dead. 30 minutes later, he opened his eyes. And he's alive today. But he was pronounced dead.
Wow.
And he was affected greatly by this electrical shock, and he had I guess it was a life-altering afterlife experience.
Mm-hmm.
He said he went to heaven and they sent him to hell because he was pretty rowdy dude. And he got to hell, and being the maintenance man he was, he got there, it was hot, we fixed the air conditioning, and they said, oh, this is getting better. God saw all of this, and he told the devil, he said, devil, I want you back up here and work on stuff up here. And
Here comes the lawyer joke.
and God said, I will sue you. And the devil said, where are you going to find the lawyer up there?
Listen, every lawyer joke I've heard. And you want to know my favorite lawyer joke?
That was a good one.
It was a good one. But I'll give you one, caller.
I'll be in heaven.
Caller, I'll give you one. And It's the best one I've ever heard of.
Let's hear it.
What's the difference
Okay.
between a dead skunk in the middle of the road and a dead lawyer in the middle of the road?
You'll swerve to avoid the skunk.
Skid marks in front of the skunk.
There you go. Thank you, caller. That was an excellent one.
That was
You know
good.
what I mean? That was excellent. All right. You're on the air with our attorneys tonight. Welcome.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I did the whole Husky thing when I was a kid too. I remember that.
All right.
I have a medical bill question. In April, I got a MRI for my back, and apparently it was a few days too early for the insurance to pay for it. And I got the bill came in, and my insurance had on there I owe nothing because it wasn't pre-authorized to do it. And I was like, okay. And then a radiology department sent me a bill for $1,300 for reading that one. And my insurance also says that I don't owe for that because it was a previously denied thing.
All right. Hold that thought. Hang on. Hang on. I got to pause here for the headlines. I'll come right back to you and let the attorneys address your problem. Back in a minute. The Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Kopp, News Radio 570 WKBN.
I left my glasses.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the
Dave, I'm going to go back to this guy. So he was pronounced dead and he came back to life, is what you're saying, caller. Correct?
Well, he told
No,
the
that
joke.
one, that was the
a
joke. This one is separate.
Oh.
Keep
okay.
going, caller.
Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Oh, yeah, you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
go
you were
ahead.
telling us about a bill or a surgery
okay.
or something. Can you just refresh my
Yeah.
recollection?
Yeah, I had an MRI done, and it wasn't pre-authorized, or it was, but not in the correct time frame. So the insurance didn't pay for it. So they sent in my EOB for that. It says I don't owe anything because it wasn't a authorized procedure.
Pre-authorized.
But that MRI got read by a radiologist who wants $1,300 for reading it, and my insurance said the same thing. The EOB says that it wasn't a covered procedure, so I don't owe anything. But they keep sending bills, and now they're giving me to the
Have you
22nd of this month to pay the thing. When I called to talk to them about it, I ended up in a call center someplace, and they told me that my insurance won't pay it because they think that I have other insurance to cover it. And I told them that's not what it said. And she kind of argued with me that that's what the EOB says I should read it.
well, you
So
need to
that's
get a hold of your
kind of where I'm
insurance.
at on it.
You need to get a hold of your insurance company.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they paid for the MRI, then they should have paid for the reading of the MRI.
Well, they didn't because it wasn't authorized. They said.
Well, they
No,
did
but he
not
paid
pay
it.
for
They
the
paid his
MRI.
MRI. He said.
No, they said it wasn't authorized, so he didn't.
Didn't-
That
he
didn't
didn't
make
know.
sense to me either. If it wasn't authorized, then why didn't he have to pay it? Because if it wasn't authorized, they weren't going to pay it, so they would go after him for self-pay.
Yeah.
And then for the reading, it should also be self-pay.
He sent me for the MRI, and the paper said it was a back issue, and I had to wait so many days before they could do something else, and he didn't wait that long.
Well, it
that's why-
seems to me that if the radiologist sues you, that you would probably have the same defense, that they needed to get prior approval and they didn't, but they did perform a service for you. So, I think in that contract, a condition precedent would be that they had to get the approval in order to be paid. And since they didn't do something that they needed to do to get paid, I don't know if you owe that bill.
I wonder if there's a clause about an emergency though. Was it an emergency caller?
No, this guy just
No.
read the MRI. The radiologist, all he did.
Yeah.
But the MRI people didn't say he didn't have to pay it because they didn't get authorization. The radiologist read it. He says,
Okay.
well, I want paid because I read it,
Yeah.
but he should have also gotten pre-authorization. They had your insurance. They knew they had to get authorization to get paid. These insurance companies are like mobsters. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's the way we have put in a for-profit center on people's health is, to me, gross. And until we fix that, till we get rid of that middleman, okay, this is not, it's not sustainable for people.
Right.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
Insurance
Yeah, we
costs
gotta
are
go back to the
astronomical.
We got to go back to the good old days where this guy could show up and give 2 chickens and a dozen eggs to have that read.
We have the best healthcare system in the world and the least healthiest people. It doesn't make sense.
All right, should he pay it or not? Probably, right?
No, I'm going to say, first of all, without reading everything that he may have signed.
Yeah.
You
know,
can't.
I
It's hard to
can't-
give a recommendation.
But I'm going to say that I would be implied that they would get prior approval. But, when you go in and you sign all those things that you don't read, caller, I'll bet one of them in there is if your insurance
Yeah.
company doesn't pay, you're responsible.
You're responsible.
You'd have to see all the paperwork in order for me to be able to, really. Will they negotiate that price with you?
Or set up a payment plan or something.
No, that didn't happen at all, and I figured I might have problems because their second option when you call them is if you're an attorney to use that option.
Yeah. So what has happened with
So
that bill is that doctor sold a bill to a bill collector. So say that doctor's bill was $1,300. That is a asset, and that asset could be sold. So they probably sold it to a bill collector or an attorney or someone else like that.
For substantially less than what's owed.
$1,300, right?
Yeah.
So what he got to figure out is how much does he have to pay them that they could still make money off of that?
Exactly.
What they bought that debt from.
Right.
That's the sweet spot.
All right. Good luck. You know, these doctors, they can be nothing but trouble, right, Tally?
Well,
These doctors
Right.
are
but
nothing
listen,
but trouble.
they're at the mercy of the insurance companies also.
Yes.
I mean,
Very much
at
so.
one time in this country, a doctor used to get paid what he charged. Now you go into the hospital and the bill could be $200,000 and the insurance company pays $89,000 and the hospital eats the rest of it
Mhm.
because these insurance companies have so much power
Yeah.
and they have done this in bulk. They have really hijacked our healthcare system. And you know, you can't put I don't want to sound like a crazy person, but you are putting in someone to make money off of people's health. First of all, that kind of sounds messed up to me. Like, okay, insurance companies, the only way they make money is by charging more than what they pay out.
Correct.
So their incentive is not to pay out, not to approve things. That's an incentive, and their incentive is to collect more than they pay out. So if we could get rid of that and have more of a one-on-one between the doctor and the patient and figure out how that gets paid without having a for-profit company in the middle of that transaction, I think ultimately that's the better way.
Are you saying that would make medical costs go down?
I'm saying that people cannot afford medical insurance right now. They can't. And I don't want to get political or anything, but everyone's premiums are going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this government shutdown is all about.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. And even before it, I mean, look, in 2010, we passed the Affordable Care Act. Okay. Before then, insurance companies could, you had a pre-existing condition. Good luck.
Right.
Good luck if your insurance dropped you or you went to a new insurance company. Okay. And so we got to solve this problem as a country. It's not unsolvable. It is a solvable problem. The problem is we have very powerful people that don't want to solve it. And the powerful people that don't want to solve it are called insurance companies because they're making millions from it.
Yeah.
They're really making millions
For sure.
for people's misery is what they're doing. Denying claims. And it has gotten to the point where Luigi Mangione is celebrated as some kind of a hero for assassinating a CEO of an insurance company.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, that's messed up logic. You kill anyone, you don't have the right to kill anyone. But there's a segment of the population out there that are rooting for Luigi Mangione only because of who he assassinated. And so there's a thirst out there, I think, in the public for this problem to be solved. Because when I look at this, I go, he assassinated a man in
Right.
cold blood. This guy was just doing his job. If it wasn't him, they'd have some
Somebody
other
else.
guy there making $50 million a year doing it. Okay. The problem isn't that guy. The problem is the system we have that allows that guy to be there. And the way to solve it is not to assassinate people. That does not, political violence just doesn't cut it with me. And we're really going down a bad path in this country. We are. It's bad. All right, that's enough politics, Ron. Go ahead.
All right. You're on the air tonight with our attorneys, 542. Hello there.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Hi, I have a question. We went to civil court and the judgment was in my favor.
Mhm.
What kind of attorney do I need to collect?
All right, how much was your judgment for?
like about 3,700.
Okay. Did the person not
and it
show
was
up?
No, he did not. He did the first time, but not the second.
So you got a default judgment for $3,700.
Correct.
Okay.
I
So,
did send out two letters, demand letters.
mhm.
The second one I sent registered and it came back.
Okay.
And this was against the business.
Yeah. Well, the problem is the business still in operation?
No, but it was when the lawsuit was filed.
I'm talking right now. Is the business still in
No,
business?
no.
And you got a judgment against the now defunct business.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
what she's saying.
Good luck.
Unfortunately, it's going to be very
Really?
hard to collect. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're out of
Unfortunately.
business.
Yeah.
You
If they
could
were
try
still
to
in
pierce
business,
the
it was-
corporate veil, but that for $3,700, you're going to blow more in legal fees trying to pierce a corporate veil.
To collect than you are to. Yeah. It might not be worth
Even
your
if it's
while.
against that person, not the business,
Well, who did you get the judgment against? The business or the person?
the person.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay,
that
that's different.
changes
That's
the
different.
that changes the equation. So
Okay.
that person can be dragged in for what's called a debtor's exam, where you get to ask them where their assets are at. But you want to find a collection attorney, or you could sell that $3,700 judgment to a collection firm, and maybe they give you $1,000 for it, and then they try and go and see what they get. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
So you could do one of
every
those
month
two
that
things.
he is- every month that he's late, it increases 11%.
I understand that. But you can't get blood
So-
from a stone.
Okay.
And he can run to
Okay.
bankruptcy court and bankrupt.
He retired and he sold the business.
It doesn't matter whether
Doesn't
he
matter
sold the business.
'cause
If
you said
you,
it's against the person.
you said you have a judgment against him individually and not his business, right?
Correct.
So
But
it
he
could,
is retired.
I don't care whether he's retired or not. But let me give you an example. Say Mark DeVecchio has a company, a painting company called Mark DeVecchio Incorporated.
I
Okay.
like Tally Mark.
All right. Or Tally Mark. Okay. Tally Mark Incorporated, owned and operated by Tally Orengia. All right. I sued Tally Mark Incorporated and Tally Orengia. If I got a judgment against both of them, then Tally Orengia is as responsible for the bill as Tally
Mark.
Tally Mark Incorporated. You have a personal judgment against this person. Doesn't matter whether he's retired or not.
Correct.
He still owes you the money.
Okay.
He might own a home. He might have a
He
bank
does?
account.
He's collectible then.
He's collectible then.
Okay.
There's a couple
You
of
could
things
lien
could
his
do.
home. You could put a judgment lien on his home.
I
He
think
can't
it's
sell it.
automatically on.
I think you have to file it.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
to.
So I would file.
No,
I
here's
would
what my
have to
advice to
see
you
a-
is. Listen, here's what my advice to you is.
Okay.
There's two ways you can go about this. You want to hire a collection attorney, and they're going to charge you a certain percentage to collect that money. Or you could see if there's someone that would be interested in buying that judgment off of you for less than the $3,700.
Or you get the judgment certified and then file a lien against anything he owns. Have a debtor's exam and find out if he owns his home, find out where he does his banking,
Yeah, I mean,
where he has banking
she could.
accounts.
I'm not sure how she does it. She takes it to the clerk's office downtown and files the judgment,
Yeah,
the certified judgment.
I would assume. Yeah.
The
Is it-
last time I did it, I think I filed like a motion to certify the judgment, and I got a certified judgment, and then you filed it, and I think at the recorder's office you file a lien against it.
Well, yeah, the lien will come up on his property.
Yeah,
So, but
It's
you
been a
don't
while
know.
since
You
I
don't
did
know if he owns property. You know the auditor.
Yes, he does.
Okay, how do you know that?
I have the address.
Just because you have an address
No, he's been there for
doesn't matter.
ever.
he could be renting.
Okay.
Okay, here's what you could do. Is this
Okay.
in Mahoning County?
Trumbull.
All right, Trumbull County. Go to the Trumbull County Auditor's website. put in the address of the
I
property,
did,
and it will tell you who the owner of it is.
and it's him.
Well, then he owns the home. And then,
Okay.
and since he owns a piece of real estate, you can lien that piece of real estate, or you could, hire a collection attorney, or if you try to do it on your own, which you could bring him in for a debtor's exam. Okay. And then if he blows off the debtor's exam, then you can make a motion to have him held in contempt, and the court could put out a warrant for him.
And they will.
Yeah, they will.
But and if
Okay,
you
so
hire
where
a
do I
debt
file
collector,
this debtor's exam?
Pardon me?
Where do I file the debtor's exam?
In the court in which you obtained the judgment.
Oh, really?
hmm
Same court.
Now, if you go to the Supreme Court of Ohio, I think they have some self-help guides on their website.
They also have forms.
Yeah, they also have forms that you could use, because the clerks are not allowed to assist you in filling out those forms or practicing law. But the Supreme
Okay.
Court of Ohio has some self-help sections there and some forms. Okay, and I would try that.
It's relatively easy
All
to look
right.
through too. So
All right? Good luck to you.
caller.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good luck. You're on the air with our attorneys tonight, 549. Welcome.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
We
Go ahead,
can.
please.
Yeah, I have a neighbor that put up an aluminum fence, and it's 2 foot on my property. I went and got my yard surveyed. I stopped down to zoning, and they said, yeah, he needs to move it. I did speak with him. I don't have anything official, but he said he will move it. But he said he's just going to cut the post off and put new posts on his property. What if I don't want the posts cut down at ground level?
Wait a minute.
and send them a certified letter.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. He has a fence up on your property, correct?
Yeah.
You can remove that if it's on your property.
And if it costs you money, you could sue him for what it cost you.
Yeah, but I don't want to necessarily go through the aggravation, the time or effort to remove the posts that are below ground.
Well, then you need to tell him you don't want to just cut off. You want him fully removed. If he doesn't do it,
I would do it in a certified letter. I
Yeah,
would
I
make
would too.
sure that you
In
certify the
writing.
letter and have it
What's
served.
the problem of just cutting the post down?
he doesn't want the underground.
Well, if they were 4 inches below ground, I guess it really wouldn't matter, but I just don't want them cut off at ground level.
Okay, but just out of curiosity, if he cuts them off at ground level, I'm just trying to figure out. So you have the least amount of aggravation as possible. How's that affecting you?
Well, is he going to leave holes in his
Well,
grass?
when I cut the grass with my tractor,
Yeah.
when the ground's soft, obviously the
I
ground's
understand.
going to mush down.
Because he's going to take the
post.
fence off, of course, right?
Is he going to
Yeah.
replant the grass over it? My husband's very particular about the grass. If he replants the
There
grass,
wasn't really any discussion about it.
if he replants the grass over it, and you don't have any issue, then I wouldn't be concerned. But you can always ask him too to replant if he refuses. But I would, like Mark said, I would definitely do it in a certified letter, have everything in writing.
And I'm just going to tell him what I expect or what I need.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
trespassed onto your land.
It's his duty
It's his duty to restore your property.
to how it was, the original condition, or how you want it.
Get
yeah.
a price to remove the post to your satisfaction.
Correct.
Inform him what it's going to cost if you have to do it on your own and you're going to seek that he reimburse you that cost. Or you could afford him the opportunity to do it to your specification.
And make sure you list your specifications. So if you want it removed this far below ground level, and then the grass replanted over, or whatever, and the type of grass. I know
Okay.
that's
Okay.
And I do not need an attorney for this.
Well, no,
Not now.
not now. I
Not
mean,
yet.
it's just a neighborhood thing. I mean, this guy, if he put fence up on your property, he should do the neighborly thing and
Right.
remove the fence and remove the posts.
But that's why you want to send it, put it in writing so you have some kind of a paper trail. If you do need lawyers to get involved, you have a paper trail.
The
and
problem
hopefully you
is,
don't,
this is,
but-
I'm honest to God. Did you see that case I'm handling in Austin Town?
No, what?
I
Oh.
did.
The amount of police investigation that went into this case is phenomenal. I have murder cases that don't have this much investigation.
Is it involving neighbors?
A plant,
A plant,
a
Oh, a
$60 plant,
specifically hibiscus.
a hibiscus plant. It's the most ridiculous case in 40 years. I'm just doing it because I'm just enthralled that there's that much police
It's pretty
investigation.
good. It's a pretty good one.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah. I mean,
It's like
and,
this thick.
and the police even sent me a tape where they're talking to him and they're recording him and they're saying, hey, you removed this woman's plant. It was on her property. And my client says, oh, well, I went out there and found the marker and actually it's on my property. And the police officer says, no, you're in error. You found a pipe and not the pin. So our guy legitimately thought he was removing something on his own land and they still charged him.
Wow.
They sent me literally
Charged him with what?
Theft.
of a hibiscus plant. I'm not kidding you.
I went
Wow.
to court once to cover it for him.
It's bizarre.
It is
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
anyhow, Dave, just to finish up with this one, if I just let him, I did give him a paper. I handed it to him, so he said he's going to move the fence. But if I just let him do what he's going to do and just tell him what I need done, and then if he does it, great. But if he doesn't, then I can get involved with
Well, then you have no record, sir.
more.
You don't have any records.
You need to if just in case to cover your butt, put it in writing your specifications. I want this type of grass planted over it. I expect this much removed by this date. And listen, you don't have to be a jerk about it. He doesn't have to be a jerk about it. Hopefully you guys can be neighborly and figure it out. But to cover your own butt, I would suggest you put it in writing.
Have you
Okay.
gotten an estimate as to how much it would be to remove the posts?
No.
Why don't you call a landscaper and find out how much they would charge you to remove the posts?
All right. So follow through. And if you do the letter, like Tally said about these posts,
Mark.
remember, do not post date the letter. Okay. Just,
Oh my gosh.
what are you saying?
Nothing.
Okay. Easy does it, blubber. You're on the air on the Legal Show. Hello.
Sir, hear me out. Did you know?
You're on the air on the Legal Show. Hello.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. How
Your
are you?
question.
Good, thank you. Well, this is my ex and I, not an ex-wife, but an ex-girlfriend. We lived together for 9 years. I have a company. Company was in her name because the house was in my name, blah, 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 blah. I did work in Columbiana, ton of extra work. People refused to pay me. Her father goes and puts a lien on their property with an attorney. They were warned tons of time. They then file a lawsuit against me, not the owner of the company. And then instead of using the contract and the contract address where I live, they send this information to my son who has the same name. So I get a letter and next day I have court because my son signs for it after he gets home from work 3 weeks later. I bring it to that attorney. That attorney tells me, oh, we've got plenty of time. Here, since we broke up, my father-in-law filed the lawsuit. He never paid that attorney, so the attorney did nothing, and I somehow lost a judgment to these people in Columbiana County Court. What the hell do I do?
You could challenge the judgment because they don't have good service on you. In order for them to take a judgment, they have to serve you pursuant to the civil rules. And if someone, and I
He
had
said
this
his
case,
son signed for it.
it doesn't matter. He has to sign it. In fact, I had this very same case in Struthers. A father, son, they sent it to the son's address. The son signed for it.
No,
The
they
father
sent
had.
it to his address. But
Does
the
your
son's-
son live with you? I
At
still-
the time, I was not living there. I was living.
I don't
on
think
the
it's good
contract
service.
It's not good
address
service.
that
You
they
have
were
to
served
file a-
with, and they
how much
didn't
is the
kill
judge- how
contract
much is the
because
judge-
Then they proved that they owed me money by
Okay,
using the
quiet,
contract address. I
quiet.
believe.
How
Listen,
much is
how
the
much is the
judgment?
judgment?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that information yet.
You could file a.
Is it in small claims court or regular court, or how much were they suing you for?
They were suing for the amount of cost for the lien on their home and whatever it cost them to fight it in court. That's all I know.
Well, you're going to have to
I
file
haven't
a
got anything saying- The only
60B.
letter I got saying I owed money went
Okay,
to the
quiet,
court, so
caller.
I paid that right away.
How long ago
Quiet.
did they get this judgment?
About 2 months ago.
Yeah, so you only have so many days to file a motion to set aside the judgment.
Right now, you're still good. You're still within your time frame, but you better do it quickly. I would talk to a lawyer and file a motion to dismiss. They'll have to dismiss the lawsuit. Then they'll have to refile it and try to serve you. But maybe they might run out of steam, depending on how much it's worth. But you should defend
Listen
it.
to what,
Yeah,
listen to what they said because I'm running out of time. Okay, get a lawyer and get on it. All right,
Thank you.
you're on the air.
Good
Question
luck.
for our attorneys. Go.
Tucker, I want to
All right, question for our attorneys. Hello.
Hello,
Lionel.
caller.
Yes, go ahead.
Just real quick. Back in 2021, I had a business loan for $12,000. They were taking daily payments. I ended up paying back $11,500, and then things happened. I went through a horrible divorce,
Okay.
folded on it, and now I have to go. This made me call because you brought up that debtor's exam. I have to go tomorrow because I called the lawyer.
All right.
I offered to pay a
I'm gonna-
lump sum and then make payments on the rest, and he wouldn't let me.
All right, quick answer. You got 10 seconds.
Go to the debtor's exam and see what he says. But go to the debtor's
Is there
exam.
any chance that the judge could let me make payments?
No.
No.
But listen to what Dave said. Make
Then
sure
you got to
go
be
the
honest
debtor's
when you're
exam.
testifying. Don't
And
lie.
be honest. Thank you, Dave. Thank
All
you,
right,
Tally.
thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Ron.
Appreciate it. Legal Show brought to you by Beatrice Cop.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded. Right now, Doctors Without Borders Medical